Yo, 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 what the freak is the his up, my homeboys? Welcome back to the Tom Dark channel. I'm your host, Tom Dark, and today we're gonna be reading some questions from my wonderful fans who want to know all about me, okay? My stans, they want to know about the guy who runs this channel, who is happy to be alive.
How about these people licking fucking microphones, dude, or viewbotting? How about them? No, they succeed, not me.
Yeah, I asked you some questions on my community tab, so I'm gonna be answering them. We're gonna see what you guys have to say. I'm sure it will be really intellectual and intelligent. You know, you guys always come up with some truly profound questions, okay? So let's get into it. J Snead says, when are you gonna stop spamming my subscription feed with community posts? Queer. Well, that wasn't very nice. I guess we're off to a rough start, but you know, that's okay. It's not that big of a deal, honestly. I'm not even thinking about it. I'm not having conniptions over it. You know, I know the fans love me, the fans who I owe everything to, you know, the fans who made me who I am, who give me, you know, the opportunity to provide them with free entertainment every day. The people who watch me and admire me and really love me. This is just a rough start, okay? First person was gonna be a troll anyway. There's definitely some good stuff here. So let's read a nice comment. Someone who has something nice to say. Joe Mama is our next comment with the statement, why does my doo-doo taste so good? You know, there's this saying, guys, okay? Your mom probably said it to you, okay? You probably heard it in school. And the saying is, if you don't have anything nice to say, then shut your stupid, filthy fucking mouth. Is this all you people have? Just spamming this absolute cancer in my comment sections? Why even spend the time on this? Why even waste your time? You could be doing anything else. Listen, I don't make these videos for nothing, okay? I make these videos to be an intellectual savant. And what I get in return is crassness and profanity. Have you no respect for the work I put in? The hours upon hours just slaving away and trying to create the best content possible for all of you? Have you no respect for any of that? Noshway22 says, are you really a femboy? I mean, I don't really know how to properly answer that question, to be honest with you. I mean, I don't think so, but I did recently have a very good conversation with a lovely man over on Discord. You guys probably haven't heard of him, but his name is Reiko, and the other day he had a lot of interesting things to say to me. I was telling him about how I'm lonely, you know, I was talking about how my wife left me because of my weak jawline, you know, and my small shoulders, and you know, I was just feeling really down and looking for some advice, and for the low price of $39.99 a month, he offered to ship me these tasty pink pills. I honestly don't know what's in them, but he said that I'll have a sharp jawline, a very manly Chad jawline in no time. Okay, my wife will love me again. The ladies will be all over me. And frankly, my future is looking pretty damn bright right now. I'm pretty excited for the future and how things will go. And I mean, I'm going to be transformed into a Chad within like 6 months, he said. So I'm pretty excited for that. Steel Beam says, Tom, what are your general thoughts on 4chan and its community and how it has affected you? Like, a lot of videos of yours are about 4chan, so I want to know your personal thoughts and history with it. I mean, the reason why I make so many videos as of recent anyway about 4chan related stuff is because, firstly, because it's an anonymous site, people are comfortable being honest or being edgy or sort of going out of bounds of what is normally acceptable. And any place you have people breaking the norm, you're going to see a few instances of people who push things forward in some way and do something unique that's remarkable or memorable, whether that's for the better or for the worse is a case-by-case basis. But, you know, you're just going to have unorthodox stuff, and that's what I like to make videos about. So for me, someone who's basically like a storyteller for a living, the best stories are not going to be about people not breaking the norm, right? People who use Instagram or Facebook or something like that, because on Instagram or Facebook, if you step out of line, like even slightly, they ban you instantly. But on 4chan, there's a whole community of people who feel they can be honest there in a way they can't be in real life. And it's not every board that's like that. Obviously, you know, boards like TV are more just kind of like normal discussion or whatever, or like the video game board, right? Like that's not super crazy stuff, apart from the raw language, right? N-bombs and whatever else. But on boards like Politically Incorrect or R9K or B, there's a lot of people who are, you know, let's be honest, they're kind of outcasts, they're kind of freaks, and as a result, they produce some good content. As a result, they say and do things that are unique and make for good videos. Whether it be some of the absolute cancer that was in the 4chan Degenerates video, or what happened in Reiko's trap harem, or a ton of other stories, some of which I've done videos about and some of which I will in the future. You know, once again, like I said earlier, some of which are positive stories and uplifting stories, like when they caught the animal abuser, Kenny Glenn, and some of them which are cases where just like people who perpetrated mass tragedies posted on 4chan before because they were outcast themselves and they felt that that was a place that they could comfortably post and people would sympathize with them, which is the case. There are some people on that board. There's a higher concentration of people on that board who would sympathize with someone who would do something, you know, atrocious and evil and something that would generate harm to society. There's more people there that are sympathetic to those kinds of people than on any other site that I know of anyway. anyway. And so that's the reason that I cover it. 4chan is just a place with an extensive history and not too much documentation. So I see it as a good place to step in and do that documentation for people, and in the process, hopefully make something entertaining and enjoyable. And another part of the reason why I make videos about it is because there's sort of like a drought of 4chan related content lately anyway. The only boards that people talk about these days are like X, which is the paranormal board. Some of these like true crime horror channels like Wendigoon or people in that vein, they'll make videos about stuff that happens on X, but they'll avoid the other boards. And so I hope to come in and sort of fill that niche and talk about the interesting stories from Pol, from R9K, because there's a lot of interesting stuff there that, you know, has been documented to an extent that I can talk about a little bit, whether it's stuff that I remember from back in the day when I was using those boards, or whether it's stuff that I just catch wind of and I later decided to do a video about it. As for how it personally has affected me outside of my content, I mean, obviously 4chan is a site I've browsed based on my interests at any given time during high school and college, and to this day I do go on it a bit, but the boards I used to browse, I would say, are pretty bad for your mental health overall and are just cesspits of like negativity and self-loathing and sad feelings, and I don't want to personally dwell on any of that. I don't really identify with that stuff anymore. So the board that I browse for the most these days is the Auto board. They have some good car-related memes, and I like the people there. I like the culture. It's pretty enjoyable, and it's one of those boards that isn't really a tourist board either. Like a lot of boards like R9K or whatever else, if you make a video about it, you know, you get video after video after video about these boards. A lot of what you would call normies, okay? A lot of normos, they go there and they use those boards, which is fine. I mean, you know, that's their right to use it. It's a public website. But the problem with that is that, you know, the culture of the board is kind of infested with people who haven't been there for a long time. And as a result, it's kind of just cycling in and out new individuals who aren't familiar with 4chan's culture versus something like Auto. It's not a board that gets a ton of attention. And that means like it is slower, no doubt. Like the threads are not super quick to pop up. But, you know, the nice thing about it is that it attracts a lot of attention from people who are there for a long time. Like most of the people that use that board use it for years. It's not people who just come in for like 1 month and then dip, which is nice. That's something that I really appreciate about it. Yeah, shout out to the guys on Auto, okay? Have your political opinions changed? Do you just not care about politics anymore? I remember you used to be a bit more on the edgy side of politics. You know, I get this question on my streams a lot and in my comment section sometimes because, you know, generally politics is going to come up when you discuss any issue. It's kind of baked into everything, especially these days. And, you know, I get questions like this, and then, also questions to the effect of like, do you not reveal your real political views because you know you have a far-right audience that would probably be bothered by you denouncing extremism? And there seems to be this perception from some people that my audience has a far-right bend or that I'm far-right, and I've seen comment sections about it. You know, I'm not ignorant of it. I'm aware that there's somewhat of a far-right presence online, and they're known to be sort of a loud minority, and I'm aware that some of those guys are also partial to me. They like me, but I would argue that those guys identify with me not because of my political positions, because I've never made a video about my political positions explicitly, and I never will, because I'm not a political person. I'm not a political YouTuber. But the real reason that I think they identify with me is because of the free speech issue. It's something I feel super strongly about. But apart from that, I'm kind of indifferent to most politics as far as legislation. I just want to do my stupid YouTube channels and be left alone, and that's really it. And by that same token, you know, the reason I don't talk about politics explicitly, even if I did care and did have an opinion, I wouldn't talk about it a ton because I want my videos to appeal to everyone. At the end of the day, you know, you can make whatever videos you want, but if within that video you make one political statement, half the aisle is going to disagree with it and half the aisle is going to agree with it. And on one hand, you'll have, you know, the soy-facing people on the side that agrees with you being like, yes, based, he's so based, we need to watch him. But at the end of the day, a lot of those people won't be genuine viewers of the content. They'll just be there because, you know, you agree with their politics and you reaffirm their fucking retarded political opinion. And on the other side, you'll have the people who don't agree with that and they'll be mad about it and they won't watch anything you do no matter how good the rest of the content is because you made a political statement. And so for that reason, I try to avoid talking explicit politics because I don't think it stands to benefit me in any way. You know, I want my videos to be enjoyable by all sides, by all people. I want everyone to be able to go, you know, at the end of the day, watch Turkey Tom video, just enjoy it, and not have any preconceived notions about what the person behind it may believe, because that's not what I'm about. I just want to make people enjoy my content, get it to the most eyes possible, and that's really it. And at the end of the day, there's no winning if you talk about politics for the reasons that I said, and so I don't think anyone should do it if you're a content creator, unless you're trying to explicitly make political content, and that's sort of your MO, your game. I don't think there's any reason why you should go out of your way to talk about like this political issue or that political issue, because at the end of the day, you're going to be alienating a large portion of the population for no good reason, for absolutely no good reason. After watching your video on NEETs, I've been wondering, how often do you play Vidya, and have you had a problem with video game addiction before? Honestly, I don't really play video games much outside of like stuff I do for my job for this channel. I don't really like them if I'm playing alone, and it's been that way since I was like 14 years old. You know, I just don't really enjoy them anymore. Before that point, there was a time when I could just sit down and play like a single player campaign and really get a lot out of it and have a lot of fun. I honestly don't know like what changed. I don't think it's necessarily a maturity anything. I guess something just like happened in me where I don't enjoy video games as much anymore. If I'm gaming multiplayer with some friends, I can enjoy a little bit of Left 4 Dead 2 or Team Fortress 2 or Minecraft or Roblox. And the reason I like those games is because I can pick them up once every few months and play it for a few days with some friends and then not really have to touch it again. I don't like games that I need to invest a ton of time in and like spend years of my life slaving away doing tasks in, because it just feels like a total waste of my time, and I actually get like depression level boredom anytime that I play a game solo now. It just feels like I'm wasting my precious time on this earth away. Sometimes I will buy a game for myself that looks cool and I'll be like, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna play this game to blow off some steam. I'm actually gonna sit down and play it. I have a little free time. I'm gonna enjoy it. And then I just don't. Like I never do it. So I have shelves full of games I've never played, and I probably never will play because there's just not enough time in life to sit down for 12 hours and play through a game campaign, really. I just can't justify it in my head. My favorite genre of shooter would probably be stuff like Quake, Doom, Wolfenstein, Dusk, that kind of thing. Not just because of the game mechanics, which, you know, they're definitely fun games, but also like the art style and just the aesthetics of those games are very top-notch. It's stuff I enjoy a lot. But I've never had a problem with video game addiction because I don't get like a mental reward from that. I don't get a huge dopamine hit that feels that good or anything. I've never struggled to like pull myself away from the game. It's never been a problem for me. Video games that people get addicted to are like games where you can get really good at simple, repetitive, menial tasks that should be pretty boring, but if you get good at them, then you just like to do them over and over for the sake of completing them. And honestly, I just don't get enjoyment from stuff like that. The stuff that I struggle with, you know, things that are addictive, would be like caffeine or actual stimulants or cigarettes, because they give me a feeling that gets me up and going and gets me feel excited and fun. Video games really just kind of like stay in one place and do nothing. Like what, I'm just like sitting on the couch playing a video game. Like I'm addicted to that. I don't see what's so good about it that I would get addicted to it. But I am trying to channel that sort of part of my personality, which is addictive, into healthy things like making YouTube videos, which I'm also sufficiently addicted to at the moment. But I'm definitely not addicted to video games. I've never struggled with it. It's never been a problem. Yeah, no. How much longer do you think you'll be able to keep up the Degenerate series? Could it continue as long as there are new little freaks, or are there some platforms and groups you plan to not cover? Honestly, the nice thing about that series right now is that it's something I can kind of do forever. There's an almost infinite amount of communities online, and in any community where you have a few individuals at least, there's going to be a few of those individuals who are weirdos. I mean, it's basic statistics. In the general population, the same is true. If you have any group of like 100,000 people, out of those people, like, you know, 100 of them or something are going to be like fucked up weirdos, and out of those 100 fucked up weirdos, like 10 of them are going to act on their sick urges and they're going to make a fool of themselves, and then I'm going to come in and make a video about them, okay, on YouTube and make money off of them. But on the internet, you know, it's all documented and immortalized forever. So it makes for an entertaining story because all I have to do is put it together. That really is where I come in. I take these situations, me and the Turkey Tom team, okay, we take these situations and we turn them into a digestible video that people can watch and get something out of. And they're also very marketable because I can just slap a Wojak on it with the classic losers, creeps, pedos text, and it's an easy banger video. I see a lot of people expressing a general sort of dislike, a sort of distaste for those thumbnails. I see these tweets blow up where they're like, imagine you get groomed and then Turkey Tom makes a video about it with a soy jack in the thumbnail. And I kind of get, you know, why these people are mildly annoyed. If you're actually pissed off at it, then I don't know. I hate to use this phrase, but you should go outside or something. But I get the general being annoyed with it because it is kind of an annoying thumbnail. They're obnoxious. There's a Wojak in it. It's like cringy. Like I totally get that. And the thing is, that was sort of the point when I was making that video, when I was devising the very first thumbnail for that series, the first of which was for the Minecraft Degenerates. I remember thinking about this video and I was like, how could I make a thumbnail that people would hate and it would disgust them, but they just had to click it? Like they didn't have a choice. If it's on their homepage, they feel like they need to click it. And that thumbnail is something that I personally would dislike, right? If I saw it on my thumbnail, I'll be like, look at this fucking gay shit on my homepage. I don't want to click this. And then I will click it anyway because it's so kind of obnoxious and out there. Like I have to click it. And that formula seems to be a winning one. I mean, just look at the performance of those videos. I think all of them are over 1 million views in that series. It's an undeniable recipe for success, and so it's not one that I regret using or one I'm going to stop using anytime soon. The point when I'll actually stop doing those videos will be when I decide I no longer want to make them personally or people stop watching them, in which case I'll, you know, obviously stop making them. But realistically, I think those videos could be done, maybe not forever, but for quite a while longer, for probably a few years, and they'd probably get some decent audience and viewership just by the nature of people enjoying watching the weird and messed up lives of niche internet micro celebrities in a list format. Nothing gets stale with it. It's like a few videos packed into one because you've got a few sections with it, right? 10-minute section here, 10-minute section there. You know, you stack them together, you've got a 40-minute video, which is basically 4 small stub videos about situations that you know, otherwise you could make a 10-minute video on for each of them, but obviously the YouTube algorithm favors long content, so I smash all those those videos into one and they get a ton of views. People clearly like them. You know, it's a formula that works. It's one I'm going to continue doing until I get bored of it or until people stop watching it. I have literally a huge list of like 12 different videos in that series that I will probably do in the near future, and all of them are good ideas. I know there's good content in it, so you know that series is probably not going away anytime super soon. How long is a topic usually on your radar before you decide to make a video on it? Do you prefer making videos concerning things you're already familiar with and have extensive background knowledge on, or making videos on topics you only just discovered with information that is completely new to you? Well, you know, there is no set time where a topic is really on my radar and I end up going through with it. It's pretty inconsistent for every video, I would say. I just don't really run my channels that way personally. Really, if a topic just came onto my radar very recently and I want to do a video about it, then I will. But chances are there's going to be at least a month-long period between when I find out about something and when I actually get to production of making a video about it. And the reason for that is just that, you know, I have a lot of videos in the works at all times. Like, I make my videos on like a monthly basis, basically, for the production cycle. So at the beginning of each month, I'll have 4 videos written that I'll then edit for that month and get out. And while those videos are being edited, you know, the other videos will be written, and it's sort of a cycle like that. And so that makes it so that for any situation, there's always going to be kind of a buffer period for any video that I want to do a video about, because I just have other stuff on the plate at any given time. But you know, there are videos where I'll know about something and I want to make a video about it for a while, but a more recent development can give me a sort of opportunity to make a video about it and have it be successful. For example, Andrew Tate is someone that I knew about for years before he became one of the most discussed people on the internet at large. But when he became a big topic, I sort of read the writing on the wall and decided to make a video about him, and it paid off because the video was released at the right time when Andrew was really in the sort of cultural zeitgeist, and as a result, a lot of people were ready to tune in for that content. But if I had done that video like right when I found out about Andrew Tate years prior, then probably no one would have watched it. It would have been a bomb video, and later on, I would have been kind of, you know, feeling jilted and jaded over the fact that I made the video way back then when I could have waited to make the video when there was a point when it would have like gotten me more money or gotten me more subscribers or stuff like that. Really, with making videos, I'm always trying to maximize 2 things, and I wouldn't say that I prioritize one over the other. I'd say they're both equally important. You know, the first thing would be my personal enjoyment for making the videos, because I do like my job and I want to like it, and I think part of the key to success is to like your job and enjoy what you're doing. If you enjoy what you do, you'll never work a day in your life, and I think there is some truth to that. And the enjoyment that I get can come from learning about a new topic that I don't know much about, or the process of writing or editing or whatever else, the actual production. It can come from any of that. Every part of it has its pluses and minuses, but overall, I'd say I enjoy part of every stage of production. And the second aspect of making videos that I need to prioritize is what I get out of it in terms of views and money. Because obviously, I always want to be thinking of the best possible way to get the maximum output from my videos. And these 2 axes are things that I'm trying to make coexist in the best way possible at all times, because I want my content to do the best it possibly can, right? Because that means that my time is becoming more valuable. That means that I can put, you know, time from those projects and money into other things. And aside from that, I also want to feel personally fulfilled in that, like, I want to enjoy the process of making it. So I want to get the most money out of it, and I want to get the most happiness out of it. And I think both of those are important. For Andrew Tate, for example, that was a topic I already knew a decent amount about. So getting that video put together was pretty easy for me because I knew like the basic plot points already. But for some videos, the information me and the Turkey Tom team scrounge up is totally like foreign to us at first, and we just have to kind of learn along the way who this person is, what their life was like, what their background is. Because for any internet personality, you know, when you first find out about them, they may seem interesting on the surface, but obviously their actual life and their personality and everything they've gone through can't be summed up in a few TikToks or YouTube shorts or memes or whatever, right? You have to look beneath the surface to find out more about them. When do I get out of the basement, Tom? When you start turning a profit for once, you miserable sack of shit. Do you have any plans to bring more viewers for this channel? No, not at all. I'm actually hoping that it dies soon so I can cut my losses and then probably jump into a vat of acid and kiss this sick world goodbye.
I am fucking depressed and fucking miserable. I don't sleep. I eat like shit. I have no friends, no social life, and I'm fucking miserable.
Okay, yes, but for real, yes, me and the Turkey Tom team, okay, me and the Turkey team, the Tom Dark team, are working on some content that is going to really please the masses, and frankly, I think you guys will enjoy it. We are cooking up something in the kitchen, okay, some true Kino content, some stuff that will make you keck, it will have you kecking up a storm, but at the same time, I think it will have you feeling fulfilled and satisfied. Your parasocial bond with me will be strengthened. It will be a beautiful thing, like a swan taking flight. I made a Discord server, and we also have a Minecraft server, which will be launching pretty soon, if it hasn't launched already by the time this video is out. So if you want to be in the Discord and join the Minecraft server, be sure to click the link in the description below. All the details are in there. The Discord has just been amazing. It's been truly incredible lately. You never really know your audience until you talk to them on Discord, and now that I have the absolute pleasure of having a Discord server and having my own interaction with them, I'm pleased to say that I already regret it because you people are all degenerate little goblins. I mean, you people spend your time fucking being unfunny and annoying me in the most creative ways possible. You find infinite ways to waste your life. And then some of you actually are funny, and when I have you on stream, I have to kick you off early because you're more entertaining than me, and I can't let anyone realize that, so I just have to like shuffle you off kind of quickly, you know, have security escort you off the stage, and I like pretend there's a time limit when in reality, that's just fake news, okay? It's fake shit. I was fronting, I was capping, and I really just need you to get off so no one realizes that I'm a talentless hack, frankly. If you enjoyed this video and any of my other videos, be sure to subscribe, leave a like, and tune into my next stream, which will be here real soon on the Tom Dark channel. Until next time, leave me alone. And by that, I mean watch my videos.